Now for a young man who is a genuine light middleweight and a genuine character. We know that because we saw him recently losing to Ernie Smith. But unlike some, they keep this young man busy. George Hillyard back in action here. And against him, Richard Mazurek, fighting out of Leamington. 28 years of age. 10th pro fight for him.
Exciting young prospect with a following and a punch and some rather quirky characteristics. We've seen different sides to Londoner George Hillyard already over 3 fights. And last time out he, albeit controversially, threw away his unbeaten record. Looking to get back on track here with Midlander Richard Mazurek, and he looks an interesting sort, Hillyard.
Yep, he looks an excellent prospect. I think he's one of these young fighters. The pro game will suit his style much more than the amateur game. I don't think his attitude was right last time out. A lazy round and a point deduction in a 4-round fight you can't afford. And he ended up losing his unbeaten record there, so maybe he learned a very valuable lesson that night.
Yes, it was a rare win for the journeyman Ernie Smith at the York Hall in Bethnal Green. Not many agreed with that decision, but it's a loss, and one that Hillyard needs to put behind him as he deals with the OK sort from Leamington Spa, 28-year-old Mazurek.
I think there's a young man who's going to have to be careful that he doesn't pick up bad habits at this level. I think he's very confident. I think he's confident in his ability and in his power. But sometimes he just walks into range, doesn't work his way in, and he can be caught as he moves forward. So just doesn't want to be picking up bad habits at this stage, and then it takes a long time to shake them later on. But that said, he does look a good prospect.
Trying to grind out the left to the body. His first 2 fights, Hillyard, were over by this stage of the first round. Explosive power.
See, at this level, you have to work on getting close to get your own punches on without taking punches on the way in. And I don't think he's quite doing that yet. He's been pinned a couple of times already. I think he's concentrating too much on what he's doing. You always have to think what's coming back your way.
He's trying to free himself there. Hillyard. Timeout called by Bob Williams. You're holding constantly. Warning for Mazurek there. Last time out it was Hillyard who was getting the wrong side of referee Lee Cook.
I mean, these are good looking punches Hillyard's throwing, but I think he could box his way in better than this. He's just walking in like a seasoned professional, and he's not quite that yet.
Here's a 3rd round. 20-year-old George Hillyard in outing number 4. Richard Mazurek, the 28-year-old, in his 10th professional fight. He's lost his last 3, Mazurek. Was unbeaten in his first 6. Odd quirk from Hillyard. Might be a strange career, this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he's the type of young man who has his own ideas how to go about things. I don't know if he's ever going to be the kind of fighter that will respond to corner instructions. I think he's his own man. I mean, he's winning here. There's no problems as far as that goes. But I feel he could be doing it in a cleaner manner, a safer manner, and not make quite such a struggle of this.
back in the ring where he made his professional debut, demolishing Gareth Harvey in just 42 seconds. That was in June. Putting up a fight though, Mazurek.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Hillyard needs. I think he's the type of fighter, if you give him too many easy jobs, then he wouldn't learn. I think he's going to have to need a couple of struggles just to learn that he's going to have to tighten up. He's going to have to think a little bit more about his defence. But I don't want to be too negative, because there's a lot to be positive about. His technique's good, his attitude's good, his power's good. And I think he's one for the future.
Trying to get the right uppercut working. Roy Callahan wanted the other side. He said, show the right, follow it with the left. And he did something like that there. Some damage to Mazurek around the eyes. And he's going to take points off, I think, for holding if it happens again. Thought he'd given a final warning.
Yeah, I thought he was in the process of taking a point there, but he didn't seem to.
There's the meat in the left hook of Hillyard. Not that easy to get through the crouch-like defence of Richard Mazurek.
Yeah, I think it'd be better if he was setting Mazurek up with his long-range boxing, then to find the body. But he's marching right up close. Mazurek knows what's coming. And it's become a tough one, but for me, he's winning it fairly clearly.
6 minutes left. George Hillyard surely in a fairly comfortable lead over Richard Mazurek, looking to get back on the winning track after the blip last time out. But, Mazurek still there, still trying. Is there anything left in his locker?
Right, stop boxing, stop boxing. Time out. Keeping up, keep walking. Don't stop listening.
The referee just wants to tidy things up, and I think everybody agrees with that. I think Hillyard's going to have to work on his long-range boxing. That's where you learn to open opponents up.
There's a cut, Jim, to the right eye of George Hillyard.
Not too surprised, because a lot of the close-up work has been messy, heads coming together. He seems to have taken a little shake to himself here, sharpening up. This is what he has to do. Do some damage at long range, then move in with the big punches.
Lighter on his feet. I think it was a punch that opened the skin by the right eye. Double it up, says Roy Callahan in the corner with the jab. That's the shot you want to see him throw, Hillyard.
Well, the hooks up close, the body shots and the head hooks are impressive looking punches. The fans enjoy them. But really, the groundwork is done at long range with the jab and the long punches, which can break opponents down. And he hasn't done enough of that tonight, young Hillyard.
He was an amateur at St Pancras, not an outstanding record. They all felt that he was more suited to the paid ranks. Certainly physically looks tough and strong and rugged. Would you like to see him looser, like this?
Yeah, I just like it's as though half the time he's not really putting his whole mind on the job. He wants to look casual, he wants to look in control. But I think he gets caught with punches he doesn't have to get caught with. I mean, this has become a struggle. It's never going to be anything else but a struggle. He's not going to change his tactics now. But this is the kind of fight, maybe this time next year, get these two back together again and see which one has improved. Good left hook again. Again, at long range, his best punches have all landed at long range.
Trying to get the uppercut home there. Hillyard. Mazurek has landed cleanly at times. It hasn't all been one-way traffic. Owen Delagy with some last-minute advice to his charge, Richard Mazurek, who surely needs a knockout if he's to take anything back to the town of Leamington Spa tonight.
A little bit of shoulder slipped in there from Hillyard. The referee didn't see it, which is just as well.
Roy Callahan was telling us that he didn't always get on the right side of the referees in the amateur ranks, and I think you can see why.
Yeah, well, he's got a rugged style, and I don't think the amateurs would enjoy that too much. But he looks well suited to the pro game.
Furthest by some way he's been in his fledgling pro career. George Hillyard. That'll do no harm, get 6 rounds in the bank.
Yeah, and 6 hard rounds, I might add. Do no harm whatsoever.
Yep, Mazurek has not stopped attempting to win this. He wants it. Rough, rugged, energy sapping. More ability with Hillyard.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he could have done this in a cleaner fashion. I mean, Mazurek's never going to be an easy night for anyone, but I think if Hillyard's attitude had been different, he could have made this a kind of cleaner spectacle.
Again, Bob Williams is on the case. Hard fought contest.
And again, Hillyard just putting a little bit more into the round here than Mazurek.
Mazurek's lost to Ernie Smith, Joseph Matolci and Rob Burton. Could be 4 in a row for the Midlander. Hillyard with 30 seconds left. Will he close the show well? That'll be good.
I mean, these are good-looking body shots that he throws. Mazurek is kind of partially blocking them. But they're good-looking punches nevertheless.
Lethargic at times, Hillyard, but he gets the win. That is career very much needed after the shock defeat last time. It was